morning, everyone, here in person or over the live stream, or if you tuned in from the YouTube. Welcome, and my name is Eve Seiler, and I present you the raw vegan lifestyle SOS-free, salt, oil, sugar-free. Because why salt, oil, sugar-free? Well, first of all, it's unhealthy. And the second reason is here, with this lifestyle, you don't need it. You won't crave it because everything is very flavorful, everything is very sweet, and you can also have healthy fats. So I don't miss SOS, I don't need it. So today, I was thinking we can make noodles and 2 different sauces, like a Basil Pesto and tomato sauce. So I have so much food here, and doesn't it look already lovely? It does. Right? So if someone calls us now, we gotta go somewhere, then we just pack it here in this big blue bag or in a bucket, and we just go and we can eat it already. It's already prepared. Right. So if you feel lazy, the only thing is you have to buy the food, you have to get the food, you have to get it in high quality, fresh, perfect from farmers markets, from organic, or it needs to be high quality. And then that's about it. That's all you've got to do. And then you already have it edible. That's why I'm raw. I'm raw since 8 years. So, and I will never go back to eating cooked food. Well, yeah, I bet Brandon's food is delicious, but I don't need it. So let's start with the noodles today. And here I have my favorite tools again, the food processor. This time I checked it, it's working.
Okay, good.
And then the high-speed blender. They're great tools on a raw vegan diet, but definitely not needed because, as I said, everything should be edible as it is in its natural state. I do have here some sprouted seeds that you also have there in the cold jar. For example, these, if you get them dry, they're not edible. So I won't take the dry seeds and then process them with my machines and make a flour and eat it then. No, I have to first sprout it and then it's edible. It's edible in its whole form. So that's what we want. We want everything edible in its whole form, and then everything is allowed. Who asked me about 80-10-10? You do. I know about 80-10-10, but I don't follow any rules. This is all without rules. I do start my day light with lots of fruits. So I probably eat 80-10-10, but maybe it's more fat and more less protein here and there. So I'm not really focused on hitting that.
You don't count,
Yeah, I don't count. And I do, some days I feel like I want to eat more seeds, and then
like on a cold day and stuff.
Yeah, if I exercise a lot, or sometimes I feel like it, and I will do it. But then the next day I probably will be full and say, that's enough. But I have phases where I ate a lot of almonds, but it will go away. I think intuitive eating is the most important, really, to have it sustainable, to be a raw vegan sustainably. Because otherwise, if you count and you struggle, or if you just make it such a science about it, then it's not sustainable, it's not enjoyable, and that might also lead to deficiencies because your body maybe needs some more fat some days, or some nutrients that are in nuts and seeds. So yeah, I definitely go really with my intuition, and it does work for me, so I don't care if I eat more fat. But usually I do eat mostly fruits. I have just little fruits here because it's going to be more at dinner. Just a few fruits. For one person that would be not enough for a day. Yeah, well, the plantains. So I brought plantains again today because I just want to show you how delicious they are. If they're raw, they just also have to be ripe. And yeah, so I mostly eat fruits, and then I have lots of raw vegetables. I don't have any nuts and seeds today here, but I do include nuts and seeds as well. So let's just start with the noodles. can make noodles. So you can have a spiralizer. This is a very simple one. And then the noodles could be made out of, the most famous are zucchini noodles. But I also like cucumber noodles.
Which
Cucumber noodles, yeah. You can make carrot noodles. And then this is the yellow zucchini, so the summer squash. And this actually is really nice because it really looks like a noodle because it's yellow. Just spiralize those. And this, there's different spiralizers. It really doesn't matter what kind of spiralizer you have. I like that one. I'm not left-handed.
For spiralizers, do you usually cut in half? Like little chunks are easier?
It just needs to fit in the machine. So if it does fit, I don't cut it. But yeah, it needs to just fit in here. And you just this one you just fix it in the middle here with that little thing here, and then you just spiralize it. It's really not much to it. So those are the first noodles. They're kind of short here. Yeah, I don't know, they come out short. I try not to cut the end because the end always stays. So these are short noodles. Maybe those are Spätzle. Sometimes it makes a little bit longer noodle, but I think it's the zucchini maybe is a little too skinny. What you can also do if you don't have a spiralizer, you definitely have a potato peeler at home. Right? Everyone has a potato peeler. So now I cut the end maybe. So if you want to make noodles right away and you don't have a spiralizer, no worries, you just use your potato peeler right away, and then you have like little like fettuccine noodles, fettuccine. It's a little bit more time consuming if you do it with the potato peeler, but for one person, totally doable. And how much would one person eat? If it's these size of zucchini, I would at least eat 2 of them. If not 3 maybe. And then with more greens, I would eat more greens to it. So this is the other noodles. Made with the potato peeler. Yeah. Difficult, the last pieces. You can chop the last pieces or just eat them, snack on them. I just chop them like this. You know, it doesn't really matter. You don't want to waste nothing. These are also then. What kind of noodles are shaped like this? Maybe Spätzle too. Orzo, yeah. Exactly. So you have these, like the zucchini that you have in the cold bar. Those are also spätzle. So you can use these, and you just have to have a sauce with it. So you don't have to make a sauce in there. But we're going to make a tomato sauce and a pesto. So then you could also use mandolin for your noodles, or also for lasagna if you want to make lasagna. Then those would be your lasagna sheets. And I do recommend using protection for your hands. These are polypropylene, and they are washable in the washing machine. And yeah, you don't cut yourself. So this is very safe. Because one time you cut yourself on the mandolin, and it's really bad. So let's try the zucchini here with the mandolin. Yeah, it's really nice. See, I don't have to be worried about my fingers. I trust these guys. Okay. So now, yeah, that's really nice. Huh? You can use these as lasagna sheets. Or you can also take these and cut them now in thinner stripes. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just ask them whenever you want.
How do you
You're
travel?
missing your animal products?
How do you travel?
How do I travel? Like this. Yeah, with grocery stores. Well, that's me. You know, I do like to eat simple sometimes.
Let's say you were taking a long flight, it was a 24-hour flight, or you're going to
Yeah.
Argentina or something like that, where would you just take that on the plane as your personal item, a small cooler?
I probably would make, on the plane, I probably would prepare a salad at home. Like any delicious salad with a dressing. And then I mostly would also bring fruit. But then you could prepare that, if it's just for a flight, you can prepare that at home with Ziplocs. You can put the fruit in Ziplocs. You can even put the salad in the Ziploc and eat it out of there. And then maybe some snacks like carrots could be a snack too. And yeah, avocado. You can bring anything really on the flight.
So when you're going through customs, don't have a banana.
Banana? A banana?
Tried to come back into the U.S. with a banana that I hadn't finished. It was in my bag, and they killed me up at customs and almost made me miss.
Oh, you couldn't bring it in.
You
You can bring it in.
You can't have these either.
So I just cut these, and those are also just thick noodles. Really nice. But of course you can heat them thick too if you want. Let's try it. Yeah, of course. Especially when it comes to California, USA especially, there's rules what you can bring into the country now. But if it's for eating, we usually don't say nothing. If you ate the food on your flight, it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I went to Florida to the Fruit and Spice Park.
Yeah, that place is great.
It's lovely. Yeah, it's a park with edible fruits all around, and you can eat the fruit that fell from the trees. Hello. And yeah, I had a fruit. I don't remember the name actually. It tasted like cooked. It tasted like cooked carrot soup.
Oh, that was probably Malin.
No, No, it looked kind of like this, but it was a little bit more tougher and what was something was sun something whatever. So I brought that on my flight, and I wanted to, maybe I wanted to sneak it in, but then turned bad, and I saw a little bit of worms crawling there, and I said, well, I might better just leave it here. In Florida.
But they wouldn't let us board the plane with any fruit coming from Hawaii.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was while I was waiting, and I pretty much ate everything just from agriculture.
Yeah.
So then cucumber. I love cucumber also for noodles, but this skin, well, you can use it with skin or without, but that skin is a little bit thick, so I'm gonna peel it. Of course, you can, again, do the cucumber noodles with the spiralizer or with the potato peeler. But yeah, up to you if you want to eat the peel. I do like the peel if it's a little thinner. Let's try potato peeler and spiralizer here.
Great.
Yeah,
Oops.
yeah.
See, it's getting too juicy now. Usually it works, but if it's a soft cucumber, a little bit. Yeah, I really like cucumber noodles because they're very like glassy. It's a little bit like angel hair noodles maybe too, or kelp noodles. You know, kelp noodles are not raw, although they're advertised as raw.
How do you spell that?
Kelp.
Oh, kelp. Okay.
Yeah, they're called kelp noodles. But you know, kelp is a seaweed and it's dark green, and then the kelp noodles are transparent white. So they're processed. Even though in the process they don't heat treat them, but raw means that it's grown in nature. It's just not processed. So kelp noodles are not found like that in nature.
Where do you buy kelp noodles?
I don't recommend kelp noodles, but
Okay, you don't. Okay.
no, I don't. Yeah, because they're not raw. Yeah, and I don't think they're really tasty. They don't taste like nothing, and they're too hard. I mean, you can buy them probably anywhere, but I don't recommend them. I rather have the cucumber noodles, and then carrot noodles, of course. I think if you do the carrot noodles with the potato peeler, it's a little bit softer. Carrots are a little bit harder, of course, more tougher.
Will they go through a spiralizer?
Yeah, they will also go. I can spiralize the rest of it. Just want to make a few of them with the potato peeler. So you can see they're actually softer with the potato peeler. Yeah, there's a few things that you find in raw, or that people advertise as raw, and it's not really raw. Sometimes also the nuts and seeds are not 100% raw, although they're unroasted, but they might be pasteurized. And it does make a difference. I mean, maybe not for everyone, but for people that really want to, they got really sensitive to things, and you really want to detox, or you really want to heal something, then you have to be a little bit more stricter. So those are the carrots.
After your last demonstration, I ordered one of those.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've had one for years, and I pulled it out of my cabinet because I wasn't using it, and it's in the, time will tell bin. Am I gonna declutter it or not? So I
Yeah.
may keep it now.
Oh yeah, of course. If you don't want to eat those noodles raw, like you can still use the spiralizer, and spiralize potatoes and cook them, or you can steam a little bit these noodles, make them a little bit softer if you want to have it cooked. This carrot got a little bit skinny, so I'm going to be careful.
More orzo. It's a more orzo.
I don't know. Thing if it's skinny, it makes short noodles.
That's nice color.
Yeah, isn't it colored? It's so nice.
Yeah.
This one reason, or one hint that we're not supposed to eat animals, because animals are cute to us. The vegetables look vibrant and nice, so we are able to see all the colors. The carnivore doesn't even see any colors. They don't need to see colors. They just need to see something moving. Something moving is not really delicious for us, right? If something moves, then that's not food. We want to see colors, and especially, carnivores. I mean, people call themselves carnivores, but they don't really eat the animal, the whole animal, like a carnivore does. They eat something that was died weeks ago. So it's actually like a vulture that gets the dead flesh. We are not carnivores, definitely not. Even the ones that call themselves carnivores, that's not really carnivores. Okay. I have a sweet potato here.
Yeah.
I don't eat sweet potato a lot, but sometimes. Oh.
Have you tasted the purple potato from, there's a farm in California that has a patent on a purple potato. Brigham Michael Greger has a lot of more nutrition than any other potato.
Oh, but these definitely are real potatoes, right? This is not a real potato, this is a sweet potato.
Sweet. Well, it is a sweet potato. The purple is a sweet potato.
So it is a purple sweet potato?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Because sweet potato and potato are very different plants.
Yeah, it's a purple sweet potato.
The leaves of the sweet potato you can also edible.
Yeah.
And so I have not tried it then, no.
Yeah, it's growing right in your state.
Can I ask, I didn't realize you can use sweet potato raw.
Yeah, you can do raw sweet
So
potato.
digest fine. Yeah.
Well, it depends. If you're used to raw foods, yes, it will digest fine. If you're not used to raw foods, this would not be the food that I would begin with. Because it is starchy. Everything that's really starchy doesn't really digest too well. And also you have to chew it better. But it definitely digests well if you're used to raw foods. And it's not toxic or anything. But you might not like it. That's the other part. I do not eat sweet potato regularly because it's not my favorite. But sometimes I just forget about it.
You just have to plug it into one of those. You just have to plug that into one, I noticed.
Yeah, it's in the on the top. It's pretty self-explanatory. So you just press it in to the top, and then this holds it kind of. This should also press in, but sometimes I just squeeze it in there, and see, it doesn't really hold. I have to cut it a little bit better so it does hold it. I just want to trick it a little bit so I don't waste too much. So sweet potato and carrots are both a little bit harder noodles. And if you want to keep it raw, you might want, you could also marinate them in lemon juice so it makes it a little bit softer. or you can just eat it as it is. I mean, every time I make the sweet potato noodles, people say like, wow, they taste really good. Maybe you like them too.
Do you marinate them in straight lemon juice, or is it like lemon juice and water? Or?
No, straight lemon juice, yeah. Water, I wouldn't add water to this because all this food gets crispy. It's 80% water already. So. I can't tell you to marinate with salt. No, I wouldn't do salt. I mean, I'm personally not really against salt, but my food doesn't need salt. So if there's a sprinkle of Himalayan salt, I don't think it's like super bad for you, but usually I don't need salt in my food. So everything is very tasty, and I use a lot of lemon juice. So I think that's about it with our noodles. So a few different kinds of noodles is the yellow zucchini, the green zucchini, and the carrots, and the sweet potato. There's other roots that you can spiralize. You can pretty much spiralize anything and just try it out. And then the sauces. Yeah, it's all about the sauce. The noodles are kind of boring. Like the regular noodles are boring too, right? If you would eat the regular noodles without the sauce, I mean, some kids prefer it, but you don't understand them. You don't understand them. Yeah, we're done with the spiralizer. And now we are going to prepare our noodles. There's so much stuff on my table, but it doesn't look nice. This is presenting the lifestyle actually. It's about abundance. It's about eating food. It's not about dieting or restricting. It's about eating real food. And as much as you want. There's no limit. Yeah, that's why I like it. So I was thinking about a pesto. Let's maybe start with a pesto. And I'm using this food processor here. Today we are friends. Yeah, I'm locking it in here so the knife is nice and locked in here. And what goes in my pesto? Greens, a lot of greens. I have even garlic here. I don't really eat a lot of garlic because it's very strong. So but of course it will be really tasty if you put garlic. But it will maybe avocado. So I have also scallions. I'm wondering if I use garlic. Maybe we should vote on that.
Can I ask, how do you cook your scallions?
Scallions?
Yeah, how do you wash them? Or do you
The scallions, you just wash them. They don't have the like leeks, for example. You're thinking of leeks that have all the dirt in there? Yeah. The scallions don't have that. The scallions never have any dirt. I've never seen it. Those are the little leeks. Yeah, but the leeks, I usually remove the first outer leaves and then I wash it, and you still have sand in the middle. So some people will just cut them and then put them in water in a bowl and then strain it.
That's what Mommy Hansen recommends, is slice them really thin and then soak them in the bowl, and dirt goes to the bottom, you just kind of fluff them away with them, and there you go.
Yeah, what usually goes in the pesto is a lot of basil. I have basil, and you can use it. That's fine. And then they put oil. That's what we don't want. Instead of oil, we could just use walnuts, which has something that has a lot of fat. You can use pine nuts, walnuts, anything with fat, so to replace the oil. And I do have avocado today. I don't have nuts and seeds, but you definitely can. Walnuts is really nice, pine nuts or avocado. I want to try it with avocado today. And start with the basil. Lots of basil. That's where your flavor is. Really. We're using all the ingredients. Are we using the ingredients of our past foods that had the flavor? You know, the flesh didn't have the flavor. And the spices had the flavor, and they were all plants, and you still can use them. And then you just eat more of the food. And it's really a win-win situation. I want to make tomato sauce, and maybe I'll just leave a little bit of basil for the tomato sauce. or I can also do it without. And then parsley, anything greens. I wouldn't use too much fibrous material, even if you blend it in. You still feel the fibrous hard part. So parsley sometimes has some really tough stems. You want to remove those. You can juice them though, the stems. You can juice them. But blending anything with like really fibers that you wouldn't eat like it is, then I wouldn't even blend it in. So parsley. And maybe a little bit of celery. Celery is also really good to replace salt. Gives a lot of flavor. And you can also add any kind of greens. You could add kale to the pesto, why not? Anything that's green. Broccoli, you could even add broccoli if you want in your pesto. You don't like broccoli, then just put it in your pesto. I might just mix it up here a little bit, because I don't know. Yeah, it looks already really nice and vibrant and green. And it smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, and important is also lemon juice. I don't know if there's lemon juice, I think, in regular pesto. I'm sure there's. But that's where your salt is too. And it keeps the color of the greens. Then garlic or no garlic, or a little bit of scallops, a little bit milder. Should we do a little bit milder, or like full?
I go with the garlic, but I'm not eating
Same. Who's eating over here?
You can eat.
Only the people who are eating.
Yeah, people who are eating should vote.
Oh, who's eating? Only one person is eating?
Yeah, that's a fasting spot, so.
You're eating too?
Yeah.
Garlic? I never use garlic here. I never use garlic. So are you good with garlic?
Yes, I love her.
Okay. First time I'm using garlic here. I mean, in the winter, it's good to eat a little bit more garlic and onions just for staying healthy. You know, it's an antibiotic. But I wouldn't eat it every day. I surely wouldn't eat it every day. This is very strong. One clove?
I would put 3 cloves in there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I like garlic, I love it.
Okay, let's put arugula. Could be good too in here. And then we still have to put our oil in there. Arugula can be really spicy sometimes. And then this is our oil. Avocado, but definitely walnuts will do great in here too. If you make something with garlic, you don't have to worry, it will taste good. And it will overpower everything that doesn't taste good. And I do like to not use garlic because then it is very flavorful still without garlic. Make sure you remove all the brown parts from the avocado, even though you blend it in, you don't see it after. But brown parts in the avocado don't taste good. So you only want to put things in that really taste good. thinking you could also use these like and roll something in there.
Like veggie sushi.
Yeah, veggie sushi. Really nice. What else? You could technically also put sprouts in there or any other greens. Leaves. The knife. I took it out. Okay. What's my... No, the knife is not moving, is it? That is moving. I guess it's too much stuff in there. That's moving.
Bring up the stuff from the bottom and put it on top,
Mm.
and then that'll keep the rest of it going.
I have a different food processor. It's a food chopper. It has two levels of knives. Doesn't give me that much trouble. Oh, there you go. The garlic?
I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Is that at the lowest speed?
Oh, there's only one speed here.
Oh, okay.
It's on or off.
It does work, so I'm so surprised. We could probably add more greens or something. Maybe the broccoli. It's very brave to put broccoli in here.
A few days from now. Many days.
It does work.
Sounds good. I'll have to try this too with a lot of different kinds of greens.
How are you gonna do it?
I've only done it with basil before, I never thought about.
Oh,
putting the
putting all the greens in?
And this looks just awesome.
I know, like you can't put that much basil in, right? I mean, you can put a lot of basil, but then you chop it up and it's just like tiny. So this way, it will all taste like basil, but you have more substance in there. I don't know what they put in regular pesto, really, that it makes, it's probably a lot of oil. And then there's Parmesan cheese,
Everything you're not supposed to eat.
and then the nuts on top of it, and then it,
Parmesan.
And
It
there's
does-
milk in it too,
Yeah,
milk, oh, well.
some,
Parmesan is
yeah.
Yeah, and then the basil just colors everything green, so it does look, it has a lot of greens, but it doesn't.
I used 3 full packed cups of basil in my
A lot. So in that sense though, it looks pretty good.
looks great.
And it's very, it's, because of the avocado, it has the good amount of fats that you taste. But it also does have more greens and broccoli. But you can choose other kinds of greens. You can use spinach or any kinds of greens.
green peas.
Green peas.
Do you use green peas?
Oh yeah, sure, you could use that. Especially if you use 3 cloves of garlic.
You can put anything in there.
Yeah. Well, I could eat raw potatoes,
Okay,
but they're not tasty. They're very starchy, but I could eat them.
okay,
There's even a Russian salad that uses raw potatoes.
okay.
That sounds Russian.
Is there anything else that is not healthy raw or?
I've heard mushrooms, but I have a lot of friends that do eat mushrooms on the regular raw. I personally, sometimes I crave mushrooms, but it's really, yeah, it's rare. I do not like the taste of mushrooms, but I don't feel sick when I eat them, so I'm not sure about mushrooms.
What about eggplant and squashes?
Eggplant and squash it. Eggplant, you could eat raw, it's also not that tasty. Sometimes I dry it, if you slice it thin, or I blend it and I make a jerky out of it. I dry it, so I blend it with nuts and seeds and I make a jerky. But you could technically eat it raw. It's just not really tasty. What else can you not
I
eat
know
raw?
that you can eat the pulses, I think they call them like lentils and stuff like that, but what about beans? Can you sprout beans
Beans,
and then eat them?
no, like kidney beans, I've heard they're toxic, even if you sprout them.
But mung beans you can.
Mung beans you can sprout, lentils you can sprout, chickpeas you can sprout.
And what
yeah.
about the grains?
Grains, I recently started sprouting wheat berries.
And then you can
They're
eat them.
good, yeah. And then I blended them in with sunflower seeds and carrots, and I dehydrated it, and it tastes just like bread, like I had
Wow.
in my past, like the German, the gray, the brown bread. Yeah, it might not be 100% gluten free if you're very sensitive to gluten.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the gluten and sprouted wheat berries, but they taste good. They taste better than I used to sprout naked oats, like an oat variety that you can sprout. And the wheat berry, I prefer the wheat berries actually because they seem to have less oxalates. Like sometimes it gets irritated in your throat. The grain sprouts and the wheat berries, they were really delicious.
What about barley grouts?
Maybe, yeah. Barley is pretty similar to wheat, so you might also can sprout them. It's similar to wheat.
Millet, quinoa, all those kind of.
No, well, they do technically sprout, but I don't like them. They're still too tough. Then there's rice. There's only one variety. It's a purple, black, round rice. I found it on Whole Foods, and it does sprout, but it's not soft. It's a little bit like oats, like rolled oats that you don't soak in water or you don't cook.
Is that also called the forbidden rice?
It kind of looks like it, but I tried the forbidden rice from this kitchen and it didn't sprout. It was just soaked and it was mushy. And I don't know if I have a picture here. Maybe I do have a picture. I have this really sprouted rice. You have to see sprouts coming out. If you soak a rice and it just blooms and it's just a mush and you don't see any sprouts, it doesn't grow, then that's not raw. You have to always see the sprouts, but it didn't taste like rice anymore, so it tastes more like oats. But I like it too. I liked it. What else can I not eat raw? Well, I don't eat white rice, of course, but I do have the rice that sprouts. But it's not like I don't eat that regularly. I don't eat any starchy foods a lot. I mostly eat fruits. Yeah, let's just make the tomato sauce real quick, and I'm gonna use the high-speed blender for it. Yeah, making the food is really quick. So for the tomato sauce, I dried some tomatoes. So dehydrator is great to make fancy things, but it's also great just to preserve your food or to make your own dried tomatoes. Those were cherry tomatoes, because I didn't like the other tomatoes. So I sliced every cherry tomato and I dried it last night. So it's just it might not be like 100% dry. And then I also dried some leeks. I hope I washed them correctly.
A little jerk down hard.
Well, we don't have to use them. Actually, I like dried leeks for an onion, a cheesy flavor. So if I powder this now, I can just powder it, and we don't have to use it in this sauce. I wasn't sure if I want to use it in the tomato sauce. It could just be a tomato sauce without any onions or garlic.
You know, the scallions are really confusing.
Scallions? Yeah, you could use that for tomato sauce too. I just want to show you the. So the blender was dry, and then put dry stuff in there. And just. Maybe the blender wasn't dry.
It doesn't look like it was dry.
No, it was not 100% dry. So if it would be dry, then you would have a powder.
Right.
I burnt my eyes. You can probably just leave it in for the sauce. It's okay. Should we? And then I also tried some bell peppers. Yeah, I just slice them and try them. So I like to have my own dried foods. I don't like to buy it. It's the first reason is it's very expensive. It's very hard to find in high quality, and not some. When people dry, they might heat it up to 150 Fahrenheit, so maybe not raw, or they add some preservatives or oil or salt or salt. And if you get it really raw, it's usually very expensive. So tomatoes are already very expensive. So then I have normal cherry tomatoes, fresh cherry tomatoes. You can also add an avocado here for creaminess, but we just use it like that. So we add the cherry tomatoes. You can also make, if you don't have dried tomatoes to make the sauce thick, that makes it thick, you can just chop it like coarsely in your food processor and make more like a chunky sauce. And then add maybe an avocado to thicken it up, or a mango. And there's so many options.
Did you say that was mango?
Yeah, mango also. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do that too. Maybe add all the dried tomatoes here. Maybe a few of those here.
Do you ever use frozen fruit?
I don't. Frozen berries, maybe sometimes. There's times where I maybe picked a lot of blueberries. I can eat them all. I would freeze them. They were kind of good, but I feel like it does. Well, maybe you can preserve the nutrition when you freeze it, but when you thaw it, then you lose the nutrition. You know.
Produce in Alaska is not good in the winter.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, berries you definitely can freeze, and then I have actually a friend in Alaska somewhere, or like really in the north. She's on Instagram. She's called Fruity North or something.
Say Fruity North?
Fruity North.
Oh, fun.
Maybe not Alaska, but somewhere in the north. And she finds all kinds of berries there, and yeah. So she makes it work. It's hard. It is hard, but it's not impossible. These days, really, we can live however we want. It's so easy for us. Wait, did I put everything in? Maybe some more spices. I like oregano, but I feel like thyme and tomatoes go well together too. So I put some thyme in there, fresh thyme.
How often do you use dates?
Dates?
Yes.
These days, every day. Yeah, right now where the season is pretty much oranges and bananas, I like to eat a lot of dates too. Yeah, in the summer I have a lot of different kinds of fruits. Right now it's a little bit limited, so I have 2 different kinds of dates, Diglet Noir and medjool, of course. Yeah, and I'll eat them every day right now. It depends. So what else? You can, if you want to have a little bit of sweeter tomato sauce, you can add a date as well. I have dates here actually.
Yeah, cool.
They're really mushy. Okay, yeah, why not just put a date in there? And then you could add a little bit of acidity eventually, but if you use sweetness, you might not need any acidity. This is just to give more flavor. Then what else do we have? That's pretty much it. Yeah, very simple ingredients here. Very few. And then you blend it up. Well, if you have like really red tomatoes, it will be more red. You can add also more red bell pepper to make it more red. Maybe fresh one. It's not the season for tomatoes. You know. If you have like really nice red tomatoes from the farmer's market and you dry them, and then it will be probably more red. Does it smell good, huh? Yeah, as I said, I'm just using more of the flavors that we used to have, and only the flavors. And then if you don't cook it, then you preserve all the flavors too. Yeah, again with the tomato sauce, the only thing you have to know is you have to make it thick somehow. You have to use tomatoes or bell peppers, and then you have to make it thick either with dried tomatoes or with avocado or mango. You know, that's pretty much all. And then you decide what kind of herbs you like. You like oregano or basil or garlic. That's really then up to you. I wish it would be a little more red, but maybe I put too much leeks in there.
Still looks good to me.
Yeah, you can really twist it a little bit. It's always different. But that's a good thing. I think with raw, it's much more easier to prepare raw because you don't have to cook it for a certain time, and if you cook it too long, then it's ruined, or if you bake it too long, it's ruined. You don't do much to the food. The only difficult part is to get the food, to have it available, and to have like high quality of food. This is the that's the more difficult part.
I thought the hard part was getting it out of the blender.
Yeah. You know, at home I just use my fingers. Or if you're not looking, if you leave here, then I'm gonna get the rest of my fingers. Okay, that's the tomato sauce here. It's really thick, so it's probably more of a tomato pesto. You could add more fresh tomatoes to make it more runny. And you know what happens also, especially with the cucumber noodles, they have a lot of water anyway, so it's good to have a thick sauce. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have time to make it good. So if you eat all this, and for one person, that's totally doable for one person. It's good. You can eat this all if you want, or you just eat as much as will fit in your stomach. That's also the other thing. There's so much bariatric surgery, weight loss surgery they call it, but it's pretty much you remove your stomach. It's supposed to have that size. It's supposed to have that size to be filled. And this will fill your stomach, so you feel good about it, but it has 80% of water. So it will hydrate you, and it will give you like everything you need. So it's really no limit. Your stomach size is the limit, and having a big stomach is a good thing. I was gonna put the tarragon. Oh. But I forgot the taste of it. Well, it's okay. It's okay not to use it. Well, oh yeah, the dessert. I forgot this one. Tomato. So, once you ate all this, you might want to have a dessert. And it's also, again, it's important to have the food available and have it ripe. So that's a plantain.
How do you know if a plantain is ripe?
It needs to be soft. It's a little bit here. It's not like a banana, really. And if you buy it like super green and hard, it will never ripen, really. It needs to be already yellow when you buy it. And then it gets soft. It gets black at some point. Sometimes it gets a little bit moldy on one spot. That's not bad. That's okay. But it needs to be soft, like you can see it. It's soft. So here's a little bit hard on this part. It'll be okay. But then it's not starchy anymore. It'll be sweet. Really nice.
Every time I ate a plantain, it was super starchy.
You ate a plantain, it was starchy?
Yeah.
Was it hard?
I guess it was hard. It wasn't ripe. I didn't know that. but
Yeah, it needs to be soft. Like if I have this banana, it's already tipping over here because it's soft. And then I'll just cut it in slices. This time I'm not going to use my machines for it. Yeah, this part a little bit, maybe it's a little bit starchier, so I still put it in here. The person who gets it will let us know if it's starchy. Just put it in. You can add some dates to it. Just make a little dessert for you. Those are hard. They look soft on the outside, but they have a hard core.
How long does it typically take you to make a meal?
For me, if I don't talk and I'm by myself, it takes like 30 minutes. And then I usually make for 2 days. Yeah, I make a meal in 30 minutes for 2 days. Usually a big bowl, maybe sometimes 3 days. And then it doesn't take me a lot. Okay. But I do also like to make juices sometimes. So that will take a little bit of time. So it can take you a long time, or it can take you just a little bit. But in regular, my salads, I do in 30 minutes and I eat them for 2 days.
You know the best way to make a salad taste better?
The dressing?
No, have someone else make it.
Yeah, especially my salad like that. I think my salad is good. And then you just add some berries in here. You can add some berries. And that'll be your dessert, really. So that's it. Dessert is ready for you. Yeah. And then let me try it for you, especially for the people not eating.
Let us know how I like it.
Huh?
Let me know how I like it.
Yeah, I will let you. Are you fasting now?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm refeeding, but I'm still on the juice. Tomorrow,
Oh, okay.
I wish you were here tomorrow because I
Oh.
can start the raw.
So I can just pretty much. Those are the sweet potato. I haven't had them for a while. But it's really all in the sauce. I have to cut them. Sometimes the noodles get a little bit long and then you just cut them a little bit. Okay. Oh, I don't have any spoons here, forgot. There's this here. I'll eat it with my hands.
Like you-
Because I'm done. I don't have to touch anything anymore. And then if you try it, then you can get your own plate and then. That's the pesto. That's pretty good. Yeah, the garlic doesn't overpower it, so that's good. So yeah, that's really good. You might want to add a little bit more lemon juice to your liking. So if it's not acidic enough, it's not flavorful enough, always lemon juice helps. Yeah, the tomato sauce is really, really flavorful. Adding the date gives a lot more, a little bit more sweetness. And then the dry tomatoes, the dried cherry tomatoes,
You get really
have a
sweet.
lot of flavor. This tastes like a really concentrated cooked tomato sauce. So I like it very much. I already know how the plantain tastes. Well, thank you so much
What-
for being here. You want to know more? Oh, I almost forgot. I have here an email list if you want to know more. I have a raw.
What
I have
kind-
some ebooks. But I will send you a raw vegan lifestyle with all the information. Like 5 steps why you should be raw or why you should eat more raw foods. With some links to science. So you get an email like this, but you have to click the link to access it.
What,
Yeah.
At what temperature do you dehydrate your items at?
Below 115.
Below?
I might do the setting on 120. It depends on the dehydrator. If it's so, the food will be less than 115, but the setting might be a little bit higher. So anything below 120 is good.
In the lower right-hand corner, what is that?
This?
Yes.
That is. It looks like I made applesauce with persimmon. It looks like just a persimmon pudding, maybe.
No, is that beets on
That's
top?
persimmon. I think that's persimmon puree.
The purple fruit?
Oh, the purple is blood orange.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all my food that I made.
Do you, do you use figs a lot when it's in soup?
Figs?
Yeah, fig.
Yeah, usually I just eat them straight.
They're so good.
Yeah.
I love them.
It's just like jackfruit or durian. I don't make a lot. But all the persimmons, I don't know why I made a puree here with persimmons, but I guess I just had too many. Or maybe I also added apples. I do a lot of, when there's the season, I do a lot of applesauce and put mixed fruits on
If
top.
you go left from there, the third, what is that, what's the wrap there?
The wrap, my favorite wrap I make with papaya. Papaya, bell pepper. Yeah, papaya bell pepper wrap is my favorite. And because papaya already tastes a little bit funky sometimes, that has that funky
Right.
smell.
Yeah.
If you mix it and you put it in the dehydrator, the funkiness comes even more out, and it becomes like cheesy. So if you add some oregano, it smells like pizza.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's my favorite. That's probably what it is. And the filling is some kind of broccoli or cauliflower mixed with seeds.
Okay, going back to the lower right, one up from there.
Doing something like that.
No,
Here?
go
That's
back to
pizza.
the lower right-hand corner.
Right.
Lower right.
Oh, lower right.
And that one, what's in that photo?
That's persimmons. That's persimmons. What is this? This is my fingers. Oh, that's a burger patty. This is a burger
What's
patty.
in that?
Mostly vegetables, nuts and seeds, seaweed. I use a lot of seaweed.
How do you get seaweed without a bunch of salt in it?
You don't. That's how you trick the salt in your food. They do use seaweed sometimes, but if you really want to get rid of the salt and seaweed, you just get the tougher leaves and then you rinse it with water.
Okay.
So you get most of the salt out. But I'm not against salt really.
Right. But where do
I
you,
don't use like the crystallized salt in my food because it doesn't need it. So if you taste this tomato sauce, you will know you don't need it.
where do you buy your seaweed?
My seaweed, I get it from Maine Coast Sea Vegetables or vegetable, what is it? Sea vegetables, vitamin C. Yeah, vitamin C is a vitamin C. Yeah, those are websites from the Maine Coast. Online, I get it online in bulk. I pay like almost $200 at once and get these big bags of
Set for
seaweed.
all year.
Okay.
So is that like a gelatinous, like the Irish sea moss, or what kind of?
This one I get from Amazon, Irish moss. I get the whole
Irish
leaf.
sea moss, okay.
I get the white skin colored.
Yes, yes.
And there's a darker sea moss that I don't
No,
like.
I get the light one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I make my own gel and use it for it gives a lot of flavor.
How do you wash your produce and or do you wait until right before you're using it, or tell me about how you wash and store?
Oh
Your-
yeah,
carrots.
when I get it from the market or the greens I keep in plastic, carrots I keep in plastic, and then I wash it when I use it. I'll wash it when I use it.
And what did you wash, if anything, or
Just regular water.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Unless you have something like maybe you bought strawberries and you know they're conventional, you might want to make sure, then you can wash it with baking soda
Okay.
or with hydrogen peroxide and then rinse it with normal water after. You can do that.
Are you gonna be back next week?
And 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah. If you want to see me more often, you have to hire me.
Okay.
And I will make you a raw vegan.
Okay.
So if you want to know more, if you want to become a raw vegan, I can help you.
And what are your fees for that?
We can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Send me an email and. Okay, who wants to try it?
I do, but
You can smell it.
I have been smelling it, it smells great.
Yeah, you can smell it or try it.
Thank you very much.
And then the rest is for me then.
Yes, and it also looks
I don't think you'll have
very
any trouble with
appealing.
it.
Oh, that's a
God,
mess
it's even
here.
worse to get close. Yes.
Oh, man, that sounds great.
Really
Remember,
smell it.
we see with our.
We eat with our eyes.
Yeah.
I knew what you were trying to say.
Yeah. I've been doing it for.
Use my dehydrator then.
Yeah,
That's a great idea, is to
That's
dehydrate them so it's not too runny.
I mean, this you cannot store it like this because it's still.
It's still got moisture in
It's still
it.
got moisture. If you
Yeah.
want to store it, you want to just dry it longer. But you can use it for a recipe right away.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
use it like next week, put it in the fridge.
Now, I know that, I've heard that once you make your sauce, if it's still too runny, that you can put it in the dehydrator to kind of warm it? Or maybe make it a little thicker?
You could, yeah, you could also add these noodles in the dehydrator and soften them up too.
Oh, okay.
Technically, yeah, I did that, but you know, I'm so used to eating raw, so I don't really care. Sorry, I don't have, I forgot the spoons today. So now when nobody's looking, I get the sauce.
Yeah, go for it, fingers in. All right, you have to tell me how it is.
Yeah,
I
you're
will.
gonna hear in detail. It looks amazing.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, I love my food, so I don't know.
How long have you been raw?
8 years, 8 years.
Were you vegan before and then?
Almost. I ate a lot of raw foods. I ate meat once a month or twice a month. So and then gradually I just stopped, and then all of a sudden I said I don't want to eat food anymore. I had migraines before, and
And now you're
And I experimented with water fasting as well. And yeah, but then after the water fast, I decided to just stay raw. And it was working really well. And then when I tried some cooked food, I felt worse again. So let's just stay with it.
Well, the body tells you.
Yeah, and it's really, I don't miss nothing. It's just more delicious. It keeps me healthy. It's the perfect food to work out with. I mean, everyone's so obsessed about protein, but I work out just that food. And eat more bananas or fruits.
So if a banana has been turned black and it's got that little mold,
The plantain?
or actually plantain or banana?
Banana's different.
Okay,
If
I
it turns
threw it.
black and it has even mold in
I mean,
it,
just
I don't
like-
think it's
Yeah,
good.
okay,
But plantain, yes, it can be a little bit moldy and you can still eat it.
All the flavors there,
Good.
but
Yeah.
until I get salt out of my life,
You like it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would definitely salt it, but
Yeah.
yeah, all the flavors.
Add some more lemon juice if you want.
Beautiful.
If you add more lemon, then you might get away with it if you want.
I'm happy.
What is your PhD?
It's in bioorganic chemistry.
Okay. Did you do that before the lifestyle or after, like, as part of the raw? Or was it?
No, I wasn't raw back then, no.
Okay.
No, I was eating everything.
Yeah, just curious.
But I felt like, I ate prepared food a lot from the cafeterias, you
Yeah,
know, when I
sure.
studied. This is how you get the rest of it out.
I know, I'm set at home, it's ridiculous. Every drop, and my husband's like, it's okay, I'm like, no!
I like my sister, she will not let anything go and like just.
I also have a little spatula, you know? You have like a tiny,
Yeah.
skinny
Yeah,
spatula.
yeah. I just don't wanna waste it, cause it's also good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is it's amazing.
Wow, and probably, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say the tomato
I'll try
definitely
to
has
put
more
that.
flavor
Okay.
to it. But, I also really love basil, it's one of my favorite. Oh my goodness, the aroma that comes out of basil. Yeah, I would put more garlic.
Yeah, the garlic was really mild. I noticed that.
And the textures are really fun too.
Yeah.
It's all
Oh,
very
you
different.
use these greens, yeah.
So, we'll have dinner. All ready for it.
I think the hardest part about being vegan is, the prep. Because you can put it all together really fast, but the prep, washing the.
Oh yeah, I'm washing it, yeah.
And storing the vegetables and all that stuff, because it
Yeah.
is ideal, get them home, clean them, put them in the water, the containers like that.
But that's what
In
you
water.
do when you eat meat too. When you prepare your food at home, that's the same thing. But it's just that you get meat items easier outside or salt, oil items you can just buy it outside. But it's really not good for you to buy your food at a restaurant. So like or eat out every single day. They use chemicals, it's not really healthy for you.
Did you come for snacking?
Yeah, well, I watched you on.
Oh, okay, you wanna try it?
Yes.
You just have to
That's
get
right
some,
there. I just came from
What
a,
time's your appointment?
I had it, I just went.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay, we'll talk.
Where did you go? Massage?
No, chiropractor.
Okay, with Linster again?
I'm gonna go.
Okay, like,
That's what I first heard about it.
oh, what, okay.
Yeah, everyone else wants to try from the live stream, come on down.
Thank
What
you
is
so
the, I
much.
saw you do the
Yeah.
pesto, I was so
I think
inspired by
live
the.
stream is like automatic.
I'll let you know about the pesto.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Yeah, we need some more utensils here. I forgot those today. I can't even use those though.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Thank you. Should we? Oh yeah, can you bring some spoons and
Yes.
They're right in there.
a few?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
do you practice, in, with the medicine that you're, wait, I'm sorry, you said you were in chemical?
No, my PhD was in bioorganic chemistry.
Oh, bioorganic, got it.
Yeah, those are the noodles. These are the different.
Yeah, I
noodles.
watched you make, I've never seen so many vegetables in a bit, I love that.
Yeah, you should definitely try these noodles. You want to try these? Those are sweet potato. Which one you want to try? All of them?
Yeah, little of them.
Even the sweet potato is not
These
too
are
hard.
the cucumber. This type of zucchini.
And this
This
is the
carrot.
sweet. Oh,
It's carrot.
sweet.
You have the sweet potatoes
Right.
there.
Super.
You want one of these? Or all these ones.
Oh, those. It's like a big machine.
Hello. You want to try some?
Oh, sure, that'd be great. Is that the email list?
Yeah.
Okay. That pesto is really nice.
You like it?
I didn't see you do the tomato.
Yeah, the tomato was also very simple. Dry tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. You want to get a plate
Sure, yeah.
and some
Finish the email.
utensils. I forgot the utensils here.
Do you ever make salad dressings with some of the like raw nut butters that you can buy commercially?
The artisanal is really good.
Uh-huh.
It's very expensive, so if you have the
Yeah.
money.
There's a really
but that
good-
makes it easier, yeah.
Yeah, a Bay Area company called Living Tree Community Foods in
Oh,
Berkeley.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
that one.
but like once in a while it's okay, you think, to.
Yeah, I use it sometimes. I make sure that I get the high quality, the
Yeah.
really raw ones, and yeah, it's easy. You just mix it with water and.
The plantain is really good. It's
The
almost
plantain?
sweeter than a banana.
Oh yeah, you tried it good. Yeah, isn't it nice? It's very rich. It has a lot of nutrition too.
Which is the plantain?
Oh, okay.
In the dessert part here. Yeah, we need more spoons maybe.
Yeah.
Can get more spoons. Thank you.
Sorry, this is like the best. Where did you go to school? Where did you go to school?
In Germany.
Oh,
In Göttingen and in Munich.
I used to work in Munich, in Frankfurt.
Oh wow.
What city are you from in Germany?
The little town I grew up is called Bad Sohn-Allendorf.
Okay. Yeah, my dad is from Bielefeld.
And it's next to Kassel.
Nice.
That was incredible.
You go back
Thank
every
you.
year?
Yeah, I've been there last year, but yeah, time flies.
Yes.
All right, yeah, I think now we like it.
The tomato one is amazing.
I'm gonna eat this too here. Some more noodles.
I heard that Berlin is one of the most vegan-friendly cities in Europe now.
Oh, in Europe? Oh, wow.
In Europe?
Yeah.
My brother lives there and he's still not vegan.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know where Bad Sohn is?
Bad
Outside
Sohn?
of- Yeah.
Well, that's in
Frankfurt.
next to Frankfurt. And my little town is called Bad Sohn-Allendorf. But it's north from Hessen.
Oh my gosh, this bread's awesome. It's so good.
Don't you like it?
Amazing.
noodles, right? I mean, it's all about the sauce, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you miss the wheat noodles
Right.
that like sit in your stomach so heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and you can only eat a little bit. This you can just eat in 1 hour
Mm-hmm.
and go on and on and on. You know, you just really can enjoy the eating, and you don't feel heavy and full.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep eating.
Did you say beet noodles?
Wheat,
Oh, wheat noodles.
wheat, or any other cooked rice noodles. Or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, no. That's not good.
I like that.
I really like it too.
I like that in the book, you title it Easy Raw Vegan, because that's really, I think, a barrier for a lot of people. They think that this is so time consuming and difficult. And so if you let them know that it doesn't have to be,
I know.
Well, plus you have the cooking time,
Mm-hmm, yeah.
unless you're dehydrating something, that could take a long time. Have you ever made the, onion crackers?
Mhm.
Those are really good.
But it doesn't take time in the preparation a lot. I mean, it
Yeah.
takes in the dehydrator, but
Yeah.
the dehydrator works by itself.
Did you say you were also a chef, like a personal chef or private chef or? Like,
No, just for myself.
Mhm.
I mean, I do some recipes and
Mhm.
some ebooks.
Oh boy.
I could become one if you hire me. I do love preparing food.
Well, you do it really beautifully. I would, I watched you.
Yeah, I watched the live stream of it. I can't sit in these chairs for too long, it hurt my back.
Oh.
But it was captivating, I loved it.
Not a
Was
moment.
it the cooking demo?
Yes.
Try some?
I cannot.
Fast
Cannot?
was-
I will take your guys'
Are you gonna
opinion
smell it?
on what's going on over here. It looks like a delicious looking salad. You made some dressing, lemon.
Raw noodles and pesto and tomato sauce. Raw, everything raw.
Alright, will you be back here next week?
It is so
In
good.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Just tell them to replace Ramses with me.
Would you do that? Work here full time?
Oh yeah, you should have do it. I would prepare your food all the damn time. Every day.
What is, where does your, your bio,
My PhD?
yes. What-
Yeah,
what
it's
do
not in food preparation.
But what do you, so you prefer to do that for your
No,
livelihood?
no, I prefer to do that.
No, that's what I'm saying, you prefer to cook rather
Yeah.
than. so
Oh yeah,
what-
yeah.
what-
The other cooking, well, I was trained as a chemist and I was working in a lab and I was also cooking, that's what I love. But it was the chemicals, preparing something and
So what are you doing now in general, for day to day?
well I'll do lifestyle coaching.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm thankful that you're not in a lab and still, doing the experiment things on taste and all that.
Absolutely.
Lighting up the dopamine.
Yeah, in the lab it's just too many chemicals.
I agree. Yeah, I'm hoping that we can ban a lot of these non-food things. I just think it would help our kids and help our country, not poison itself.
Oh yeah. All right, maybe I'll turn off the live stream. Goodbye everyone from the live stream. Just come down and try it. And goodbye from YouTube.